So I had this idea a couple of weeks ago, and I've been kind of developing it for the past little bit. I decided to try doing a social experiment, kind of. It's a social experiment, but it's more of like an unconventional social experiment. I wouldn't say most people would consider this like a normal social experiment type thing, where like you see how people react to being called beautiful or something like that. But I have this theory that you could become really good friends with somebody by talking to them for 10 minutes if instead of saying like all of the small talk stuff, you skip straight to like the deep life meaningful questions. I don't know how this is gonna go. Mostly I'm posting this because I want you guys to remind me to keep doing this. It'll probably take me like a month before I like am able to draw a realistic conclusion, or like any kind of results at all. I won't be filming it because that just sounds really awkward. Like, hey, I'm doing a social experiment. Can I ask you a couple of questions? And also we're on camera. The second reason is because I would like you guys to do it with me and draw your own conclusions. Because, I don't know, you can never have too many friends, and if you start going up to random strangers and chatting with them, like, what's the worst that can happen if they hate it, you know? So I have compiled a list of deep questions that I will use. I'll probably like think of one or two before I go up and talk to them. I did get most of these off of a website, and I will try and find that website and link it in the description so that you guys can find some more if you want, but this is just my list. If you could ask a single person one question and they had to answer truthfully, who and what would you ask? Would you sacrifice yourself for a stranger? Does your answer change if that stranger was a child? What does your ideal life look like? What was the greatest day of your life? Would you rather be crazy rich but single, or dirt poor but deeply in love? What has been your biggest challenge in life, and how did you overcome it? What memory instantly makes you smile? What's the one thing you cannot live without? What do you think are the 5 most beautiful things in this world? Do you trust anyone with your life? What impression do you try to give when you first meet somebody, and what impression do you think you give? There is a difference between try and think. What do you think is your worst trait? Is honor something that needs to be earned, or does everybody deserve it? Which would you want to be most, intelligent, wise, or clever? What do you want to do most before you die? And my last one is, if you had to give one piece of advice to somebody for life in general, what would that piece of advice be? First of all, I would love to know your guys' answers to these questions in the comments. Not all of them, but like if there's one that you like, an answer just particular or immediately popped into your head, then I'd love to hear your answer to it. I'm going to mostly target some people from church. A lot of them will be random strangers. Some will just be people that I decide to do a social experiment on. I would love it if you guys did this with me. You can comment your results down below and tell me how it's going. Comment a couple of your answers down below, or if you decide not to do the social experiment with me, predict like, what do you think my theory will turn out to be? Do you think I'm right in saying that deep questions can make you be like better friends with people sooner? Or do you think it's just weird to open up to random strangers that like you wouldn't talk to, you know? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. You can be expecting, I can't talk today, really. You can be expecting an update on this in like, I'd say 1 or 2 months. Yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!